Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another video from InfoSec Hub. Today we're going to talk about Chat-GPT and the opportunities and threats it will probably bring to the InfoSec landscape. As you might know or might not know, Chat-GPT, you can feed it information, and based on that information, it will give you an answer. It's basically a very sophisticated web scraper. Maybe that's that's the shortest summary I can give it. There are people that are not capable of programming and that can ask the bot, give me in code this and that kind of website. So it is able to understand system code, source code. What you see here in front of you is source code written in C. So if the bot understands this source code, it can also detect vulnerabilities. So you can copy paste your code up to this bot and say, why doesn't it run? For instance, why doesn't it function? And it will say on line 33, there's an error and you should change this and that. So when it understands source code, it can also understand vulnerabilities that you introduce into this code, for instance. It will learn, the bot will learn based on all the input that the users give, and it's going to be able to create whole kind of websites for you. That's only one part on the productive side. But when you talk about security and source code, it's very easy to introduce vulnerabilities into your code that can be exploited. So Chat-GPT can do a couple of things for you. It can check your code. It can check for vulnerabilities. So you have different kind of vulnerabilities in the source code, like what we talked about, misconfigured system components, when you're a system administrator, for instance. Trust configurations, I think that has to do with roles, responsibilities, identity and access management. Weak credential practices. Okay, lack of strong encryption. Why don't you use the highest encryption? Why you use the lowest one or one that's backward compatible? Those kind of things. Without making this video too long, it can see what is the highest standard, what is the best standard, and it will tell you there are certain vulnerabilities found in version 1.1, 1.2, and you should upgrade to 1.3 because it's better, because your website needs this. It will be able to do that in the future. What else can it do? It can make phishing attempts more trustworthy. Nowadays, we live in 2023. A lot of the phishing that I come across is still very amateur-like. There's a very simple solution that your bank and your local government or the government in general says. They will send you an email that there's a message available on their platform. So they kind of bypass email. They only give you notifications without any links. This is a big plus. But phishing and social engineering is always based on a certain urgency and a certain need for the user to interact. When the bot learns what triggers people, then phishing will become more sophisticated as well. So I think there will be a rise in phishing in the foreseeable future as well. So this is phishing, security vulnerabilities we talked about. Since it knows the source code, it also knows vulnerabilities. And when vulnerabilities are introduced into the code, it will also know because it can detect it, because the bot is learning and learning. Another thing, malware. It's not the bot that will write malware, but it is the potential hacker that's looking for a way to apply ransomware, spyware, adware, worms, trojans, botnets, and deploy them more effectively, so to speak. When the bot understands software code, when it understands networking, when it understands the internet, when it understands the user and his browser and his whole interaction with various programs and uh, data transfers and what's happening on the client's machine, what's happening on the server machine, like the whole client server model. It can really be yeah, it could be an how do I say this? This could be the beginning of a new era for cyber criminals. Yes, um, because all the data you feed this bot combined, and there will be. It's already quite sophisticated right now at this moment. I think yesterday or the day before, a lot of those top level executives in tech companies they said, pause it, put it on hold. We have to see where this is going because this is going too fast. But let's say that this is not regulated in any form or shape, and it keeps learning and it keeps improving, and then I think there's going to be a whole new wave of cyber criminals that are going to be way more effective. Because nowadays it's always certain countries where certain people operate from, and they use a shotgun approach. That's how how I explain it to other people as well. They just send out a million of emails, and if 2% of the people click on that, that's good for them. But when you are able to make it way more sophisticated, way more trustworthy, based on more human interaction, yeah, only time will tell you. But that's why I had to make this video. I think there's gonna be a new wave of cybercrime, and I think we're also at a point in society that technology can be so beautiful, can be so helpful in daily lives, but we're coming at a crossroad, so to speak, of the capabilities, and yeah, technology can also be used against people. Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents. I just wanted to share that. Just keep looking into OpenAI, Chat-GPT. It's all over the news. A lot of people are scared of it. A lot of people embrace it as well. But when it comes to the InfoSec field, I think a lot of things can be done to make it great. Let's say, for instance, you operate a website and it's a banking website. Nobody's going to copy paste the source code of that banking website into the bot because you don't know where it end up. You don't know if it's encrypted. You don't know where the data end up. Who can look into it? It's something that you don't want. But at the same time, if the bot tells you your site is vulnerable for these 3 types of attacks and this is how you improve the security, then it's good. So we're going to have to see how we're going to make sure that the data that you feed into this bot is not publicly available. Where is it stored? How is it encrypted? How long is it stored? All those kind of privacy issues have to be dealt with. So yeah, we're going to follow this development, and I will try to document this on this channel as well, because for InfoSec, I focus on InfoSec. For the whole society, this can be very beneficial for students, for people that study, but also for the InfoSec world. This is kind of a crossroad moment. So yeah, I just wanted to share this. If you're interested in this, just please leave me a comment and tell me where I should focus on, because it's blows my mind, but I'm gonna keep on focusing on this as well on this channel, and I will just see where it takes me. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you guys in the next video.